Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for going to this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It is Wednesday. And Wednesday on this channel is Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss. Your questions answered by moi. And who am I? Oh, I'm the owner of this channel. I am also my WW Lifetime member. Currently about 10 pounds over goal. Does that make me a failure? No, it makes me human. So I give advice that has helped me lose over 100 pounds since 2016. I started my journey. I started my journey when Weight Watchers was Points Plus. I went to Smart Points. I went to Freestyle. I was on Blue, Green, and Purple. I was on Personal Points. Yeah, I've been consistently, for the most part, on Weight Watchers since Points Plus. So I have a little bit of knowledge. I've learned a lot along the way. So I just give my knowledge to you. First, before we get into this, there's a few questions that you guys asked. I will get to those in a half second. I wanted to talk about, I mentioned this in my Weight Watchers weight loss topic I do on Saturdays when I do my weigh-in. If you don't know, I'll have it linked at the end of the video. You can go check it out. I go over Weight Watchers topic of the week, and that is the topic that they discuss at the in-person meetings and now, of course, online in the virtual. They always pick a topic, they discuss it, and yada, yada, yada. So in that video, I don't even remember what the topic was about, but I got on a tangent, which I do a lot. Only because I feel like things segue into other things that need to be addressed. And I was addressing the rewarding ourselves on weigh-in day, the day we decide to eat what we want. Now, some people will say, well, that's what I do and it works for me. Okay. The reason I feel like I could talk about it is because I did it. Oh yeah, many years I got weighed in the morning when I went Saturday mornings, and I went early. My meeting was, I think it started at 8:30. So I got there around 8. Then of course, we all go to early mornings. We don't have breakfast. I would bring my tea with me, and I'd bring a snack because you're hungry, you want a snack. I'd bring a yogurt or a Built Bar or a piece of banana, something. I'd always bring something because I was hungry and I wanted to eat. So I would do that. And then I would go home and decide, well, what do I want for breakfast? I don't care. It's my weigh-in day. I'm going to have whatever I want. Sometimes I meet Steve. We go to a diner. I'd have, who knows what I would have. Chocolate chip pancakes. I would have, breakfast tacos, quesadilla, didn't even care what was in it because it was my weigh-in day. I'm not worried about that. It's my weigh-in day. And then that got to be, now mind you, I've had a snack. And I've had a Built Bar. That was a pretty substantial snack. It was probably 5 points. How many calories? Do I really need a full breakfast? Well, of course I did. And then that got into lunch. Oh, and it's my weigh-in day. I'm going to have what never tracked, never knew what I was eating. And of course, sometimes we go out to dinner or I cook dinner here. Usually it's cheesesteak night on Saturdays. I'm having a cheesesteak. I'm having extra cheese on my cheesesteak. Goes, why? Because it's weigh-in day. And then that was one thing. And then it got into Sunday. And Sunday, Steve cooks breakfast. Oh, I'll have a scrapple. I could have those pancakes. I don't need to make my Kodiaks. Not today. It's weigh-in day, which was the day before. Okay. So then Monday I get on the scale because back then I would weigh more often than I weigh in now. I do. I only weigh in on Saturdays, which I'm mighty proud of myself for that. And I'd be up. Holy crap, I'd be up. And I'd be like, why did I do that? What did I eat? I have no idea what I ate. I would go over in my head what I ate. I'd be like, oh yeah, ooh, that was good. Okay, so I would behave from Monday to Friday and then wait on Saturday. Maybe I'd squeak out a loss. Wouldn't be significant. And we're talking, I was at, 250, 240, 230. I wasn't at what I'm at now. So yeah, if you're at a significant amount of weight to lose, yeah, you can behave 5 days and squeak out a loss. It's never the best loss. Yeah, I'd be like, geez, there's people who are losing more than me. Okay. Well, maybe it's what I eat when I go home after weigh-in day. All right. And I'd say to myself, I'm not doing that this week. I'd go home. Same scenario. It was like a cycle, almost like it was like an addict and I couldn't break the cycle. And I finally changed my weigh-in day. That did help. But I also realized I was denying myself these things I was binging on. like different things. And I always felt, I felt like I deserved those foods. I deserved to eat what I want because I work hard all week. And I do. And I do deserve something. But rewarding myself like that was just kicking myself in the butt. Honestly, I was working so hard during the week that because of what I ate, that I wasn't seeing the best results on the scale. I was defeating all my hard work during the week for that weekend. So then I finally realized this isn't working. And it was very hard. It's a hard cycle to break. It truly is, because your mind wants that, and it knows when it's weighing day. It's like, and it's like an addict. I mean, I call myself a food addict. I do. And it was very difficult. So changing my weigh-in day to a Tuesday night helped, because I was too tired to come home and eat. I started in the beginning, and I'm like, it would just be too hard. I'm not a night eater, and I knew that. So I did eventually break that. And what I learned was just sporadically fit in things during the week that you like. Instead of like never feeling, it was always that deprived, that I felt like I deserved it. I needed it. I waited a week for it. So I had to sit there and figure out a way to fit those in. And I used to laugh at my leader when she'd say she had her chocolate bar on Tuesdays and Thursdays and her banana on Saturday. I'm like, oh, that's so structured. I can't be that structured. Then I realized that she was fitting in things that she wanted, so she didn't have to want them because they were there. So I did apologize to her. I said, I'm sorry, I always made fun of you. I said, I kind of get it. And we have to learn this on our own. I mean, I could sit here and tell you, but until you truly feel it in here, and then you realize, oh. So then I started making recipes, hence the Dish with D was born. And how could I create this food that I love so much, that, and to be lower in point in calories and fit into my plan, but be good. Like I talk about all the time, don't eat something because it's low in point. It could be low in point, but if it doesn't hit the note and make that satisfied, when you have that, the sigh. Yes. So all my things give me the sigh. My whoopie pies, my mug cakes. The first thing I think I ever created that was really amazing was probably the brownie waffle, I call it the brothel. Making that brownie waffle. I was way back when. I was like, this is insanely good. And it's warm chocolates. How does it get any better than that? And then it had that brownie, that warm chocolate, that note that satisfied me. So then all these things just started flowing out of me, and I just got creative in the kitchen and fitting them in and having them during the week. So I didn't have that need to fulfill that. Somebody called it self-defeating last night, and it is self-defeating. I don't think, and you defeat all the work you've done all week. And is it worth it? And there are people be like, well, I lost all my weight doing that. Okay, but are you still on plan now? Still trying to lose weight? Well, it's not working anymore. And to me, that's just a mentality of a diet. And I don't like to use the word diet. I never try to use the word diet in my life. I call it, healthy lifestyle. I even call it weight loss. I don't like the word diet. It's just so negative for me, that word. So I try not to use it in anything. Even like when you sit there, you call what you eat is your diet, but I don't try not to use it for that. It's a negative word. And that is a mentality that, it's either all or nothing. And that's a diet mentality. We don't want to have all or nothing, because we're living a lifestyle. You can't sit here and tell me, I'm not eating that. Down the line, you're never going to have it. You are. I'm going to tell you are. And how to find a way to fit it in a lower calorie manner. That's just as satisfying. Satisfaction is where it's at. You have to be satisfied. So I encourage you to break the cycle. Is it hard? Yes, ma'am. It is extremely hard. And I know it because I've lived it. And that's why I could sit here and I give my 2 cents about it, because it was me. It was my life for so long. And I was on that hamster wheel. And I finally jumped off. And changing my weigh-in day did help. It did. I did go back to Saturdays eventually. And I've been fine ever since. Now, granted, do I might have a higher point meal? If I have weeklies, sure I do. I mean, that would be the day that I might have the stuffed pasta with cheese. As long as I have those weeklies for it. Yeah. Yeah, I will definitely have, but I don't sit there and say I deserve it or I earned it or I'm not tracking. I know there's people that don't like to track. I know that. Um, I was a non-tracker person, but when you get into a routine and it's so easy to do it that it becomes second nature. It becomes as of, wiping my nose, brushing your teeth, putting your socks on. It has to become, and you have to realize if that's all you have to do to maintain your weight loss, you'll do that. Because the alternative is gain weight. Do you want to do that? No. So you just have to take the time to track. And track any way that you feel comfortable. You could be a paper tracker. You could be a digital tracker. Any way you want to track. Whatever works for you, because everybody's different than the way they track. That's how you do it. Find the app that you like. You don't have to do Weight Watchers. You can do any app that resonates with you. And then there's always a talk about, a lot of people who are unhealthy. The healthy app keep switching plans. This isn't where, it's not always the plan that doesn't work. It is us that doesn't follow it correctly. And we don't like to admit that because it makes it our fault. We want it to be our fault. We want it to be the plan's fault. It's never our fault. No, it's the plan's fault. No, it's our fault. And when we take ownership of we're not following the way we should, you could be on any plan. If you're not following it the way you should, you're not going to do well or be successful. Find one that resonates with you. Find one that that the way it's done, they're all the same. Let's just call that out. To me, in my opinion, every Weight Watcher plan has the same amount. It's just all put out differently. And it might resonate with you this way, or it might resonate with somebody else with that one. They're basically all the same, in my opinion. They are. They're just a little bit tweaks that work for people. Like people will say, oh, I like this plan, I lost. I like this plan, I lost. I don't like this one, I didn't lose. Because you resonated with that plan and the way it was put out and presented. So that's what you have to think about. Some of us need the accountability of being weighed by somebody else. That was me back in the day, but right now it isn't. Because it's not about that person weighing. It's about me being honest with myself. And I can't lie to myself anymore. I mean, we do. We tell ourselves, that's a whole other video. I've done that. I think if I remember to link that in the cards. The lies we tell ourselves, I called it. Because we lie mostly to ourselves about everything. Because, of course, if I say it, I believe it. And our reality is different than somebody else's reality. So, and there are so many lies. And we believe them. It's not me, it's the plan. I mean, it could be you. I mean, it could be the plan to per se, because if it's just not right for you. So definitely find one that works. But don't, there's these bandwagon plans that people join, and of course now there's the injectable drugs. And if somebody needs it, they need it. But the bottom line with that injectable drug, and that's what, the doctor mentioned, he goes, you want to go back on Ozempic? I'm like, no. He looked at me like, why not? I said, because I have to be on that the rest of my life. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not that dedicated to be on something the rest of my life to maintain my weight. So what? You come off Ozempic, you gain the weight. It's like anything else. Like keto is great in theory, but I come off keto, come out of ketosis, I gain weight. And it's just like, I got to do something that's sustainable. You have to leave. This is your lifestyle, not your diet. So fit in those foods. Weigh and measure them. Yes, in the beginning, it is a struggle to only have this amount of potatoes versus the whole plate you used to have. But you'll get used to it. And it's, what? We don't realize we have to create a new normal for us. Because the old normal was like, this is what we ate. Well, we don't eat that. We can't eat that way. I mean, you can, and you'll just be the weight you are. And if that's what you want, that's what you want. But if you're looking to lose weight, if you're truly looking to lose weight, you have to live the plan. Live the plan. Not do the plan, live the plan. Because it's a lifestyle. It's never going to change. You have to lose it like you're going to live it, because that is how you maintain your weight loss. And of course, pick a doable weight loss. Pick a doable weight. Don't be trying to get something and struggle and struggle and struggle, and it's not worth it. So that is my little spiel. But we're going to go into the questions because I've talked way too long already. I really like coconut milk refreshers. Any ideas making a healthier version? Funny you should ask that, because I went through a phase of coconut refreshers, trying to find low point coconut milk. And I think I want to say the silk, I think is 4 points, which I thought was steep. for the milk. I think if I'm going to pay 4 points, I might as well have like 1% milk or something. But what I did find was, I think the brand is Almond Breeze. They make a coconut almond blend, and I've showed it many times here. I think that's the brand. If it's not, I will definitely put it on the screen. I'm pretty sure it's Almond Breeze, and it's very coconut forward. So that might help you. And it's the same as almond milk. It's the same. It's 1 point for a cup. And Peter really likes it. I like it, but you have to like coconut because it's very coconut forward. So there's times I don't want coconut. So like when I made the vanilla protein shake with it, it was like vanilla coconut. And I didn't want, I just wanted vanilla. So you have to, so I think if you like coconut, you'll like that. And like I said, it's the same points as regular unsweetened almond milk, but it has more coconut forward flavor. Or what you can do is use almond milk and put a little coconut extract in there. Coconut refresher. Or if you can find a water enhancer that has coconut or a skinny syrup, there is a skinny coconut. You might want to try that in regular almond milk. You put a skinny syrup in there. Skinny syrups are hard to find, but those are my tips. But I say go with the Almond Breeze almond coconut blend. It's like I said, it's very coconut forward, and I think it'll hit the notes that you're looking for. I didn't bring my glasses down, but I think I can see them. After vacation, did you go back to basic measuring your food? I did not, because on vacation, I was eating more than normal. I knew that. Number one. Number two, I was eating better choices. I was eating a lot. All the group kept saying, you eat a lot of fish. I like fish. And when you're so I gravitate towards a lot of fish. And I did eat really well. I had ice cream occasionally. And of course I had dessert every night. But like I said, desserts were this big. My issue with the vacation was all the sodium from eating all those prepared meals. And I think I showed a picture of my ankle because I don't have a problem with sodium normally. I don't blow up, but I did because having 3 meals every day for 8 days on the boat will do that. So I came home and went right back to eating my regular. I didn't, I weigh and measure certain things all the time anyway, but I didn't go overboard in weighing and measuring. I just did my usual way. Like I don't weigh and measure my yogurt anymore. I kind of know what it looks like. But no, I just went back to my routine, and that weight that I had gained came right off. And I really believe, because I was really active, I was busy, we were walking, I was taking, I took you guys on the boat. I was very active. I did a lot of walking and we were busy. So I really think my weight gain came from sodium. But if you're going where you're eating way too much, I think we kind of know what we need to look for. It's just being and doing it. You have to get out of that vacation mode when you come home. Like, can't keep saying, well, I still have one. No, when you're home, you're back. You get right back to your routine and you do what you know how to do. So that would be, but if you need to weigh and measure, then you should. If you feel like you need to be more accountable, more diligent, then absolutely, there's no harm in that. I seem to be on a plateau for the last few months. I know what that means. I lose and gain the same few pounds. What is your advice on breaking the plateau? Now, it's what I said earlier. Are you following the plan? Or are you following your version of the plan? I mean, like I said, some of us have been on it, for so long. We think we're doing it right, but are we really? Maybe you need to weigh and measure again. Get back into that habit. Are you tracking? Are you weighing and measuring? Just to get back, I wouldn't say weigh and measure for the rest of your life. I mean, like I said, once you do it, you kind of know what it looks like. You do. Change up maybe the food you're eating. Like for me, I'm a very creature of habit when it comes to food. You see it. I like to have my oatmeal on Mondays. I like to have Kodiaks somewhere during the week, eggs, McD sandwiches. Today I made breakfast tacos, which was something different for me. But I'm very, I have the same routine. Maybe switch up your breakfast a little bit. Make a loaf. Increase your activity. That's always what they'll tell you. Change your activity. If you're doing walking, maybe try to do like a little bit of Zumba or a little bit of dancing, or try to something different. Try an exercise. If you have any kind of equipment at home, like a treadmill, try doing it on a treadmill instead of walking outside. You can get that travel up a little faster. Do it like if you have a bike at home, Or like I said, try dancing. Go on YouTube. Pick out some low impact exercises that are different, but they're low impact. Just change up what you're doing. And it's like very cliched. It's the same things, but that's what they usually, my big thing is, are you really following the plan? Because there's days I know I don't the way it's supposed to be followed. I do my kind of D's version, which is good on most days, but not good every day. Always, water is always one that they'll tell you, drink water, drink water, drink water. Yeah, it's always one. But those are the things. I always say, change up the types of foods you're eating. Just change it up a little bit. I'm 68 and I have such a hard time losing weight. It chip away. I stay within my points, exercise, and don't tap into the weeklies. Okay, right there. You even said it. Don't tap into the weeklies. You answered your own question. I think WW algorithm is off. I don't expect to lose every week, but 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 and stay the same, feeling frustrated. Yeah. You know what I'm going to say? You just said it. And don't tap into the weeklies. Why not? You're probably not eating enough. If you're, you exercise. If you exercise, you need to eat more. You need to feel your body. Again, I'm not saying use those weeklies for crap, but use them for things. You need to increase your calories. I would lay bets that you're not eating enough, especially you use the word exercise and use the word don't tap into my weeklies. That's an easy one. Tap into those weeklies with good stuff. Increase something. Add some fats in there. Add, a little extra carb. Carbs get a bad rap. They do. But they give us energy to exercise. Get some of the more protein. Now, don't go crazy with protein. There are people out there with ridiculously high protein goals. That's fantastic. But in my opinion, and this is just me, you can do whatever you want. I think they're just hard to maintain for lifetime. You're going to have to buying supplements, I definitely increase your protein is always a good thing. It's never a bad thing, but to sit there and have over 100 grams, that's just way too much for me. I try to shoot for around 80, 90 in protein, the most 110 in carbohydrates. Those are just things that you could keep you balanced, keep you normal, keep you sustainable. So I would say increase your weeklies. Get into those. Don't eat all of them, but I'm curious to how many you're earning if you exercise. How many weeklies are you leaving on the board? Because we get 20 to 28 depending on your weight. So you're starting off with, to say 25. We'll put it in the middle. Start with 25, and I would lay bet you're earning some. So if you're leaving all those weeklies on the board, Weight Watchers, I call them about this, and I've said a million times, you can't earn more than you burn. So if you're earning weeklies, you need to use them. You need to fuel your body. You can't just, yes, we need to be in a calorie deficit, but you'd still be in a calorie deficit eating those weeklies because your calories go up when you exercise. You need to feed your body. The scale hasn't budged, but I'm following the program. Help. Probably like the last two answers, I would say, are you eating enough? Good food. Again, I'm all for treats, and you should have them. But when I'm talking weeklies, like maybe have some cheese. Like I would add points for me, I would add points for cheese. I kind of don't eat cheese as often as I'd like because I don't normally have points for it. Olive oils. Dairies, like go to a 1% cottage cheese. That's what I moved up to, 1% cottage cheese. Maybe go to 1% yogurt. If I don't find anything wrong with fat-free, but you can go up, you can move up to stuff like that. Make sure you're eating enough. Make sure you're doing all the core programs that Weight Watchers or any program tells you. I know, drink. It is cliche, but it helps. And, try to get in, 60 ounces is a lot. Try to get in more than you normally get is what I always try to strive for. Change up the food you're eating. Change up your activity. Do something different. If you're always walking's great. It's a weight-bearing exercise, but try something different. Try like a dance. Like there's a lot of places that have like dancing or swimming. Swimming is so good. And now it's summer, you can go to a pool. Water aerobics would be great. Find a different activity. Like I said, or if you're like me, and we eat the same foods all the time, like change up the foods. Like I was on a kick back when I was on Smart Points, I had oatmeal almost every day. I used to have a third cup. So I went to a half a cup and just once a week, sometimes twice. But I was having it literally 5 days a week because I love it. I mean, I crave it. I can go for it every day. But I don't think it's good for my metabolism to have the same thing. So I kind of try to change it up. So maybe change up the foods. Go over what do you like, and then try to find a different way to have it. If it's eggs, if you do it scrambled, try making like a frittata or something. Just putting some veggies in there. Oh, I love veggie scrambles or veggie frittatas. They're so good. Or, make like I made tacos today and I added some corn tortillas to my scramble. Just try to, but definitely, get those, if you're getting weeklies and leaving them on the board and the scale isn't budging, we won't lose if we're not eating enough. We won't. And I know it sounds weird because it's like, well, that defeats the purpose. No, if you're under eating, you will lose, sure, for a while, and then it just stops. And then you're in this plateau, because your body will hold on to it because it doesn't, it feels like you're not giving it what it needs. And these devices tell us what our body needs. So those are the things I would recommend. If you're like frustrated with the plan, maybe change apps. Try tracking a different way. Like if you're on Weight Watchers, try Healthy. Try the Lose It app. Try a different app. A lot of them are free. It's a different, same idea, but just different mental state for you. And maybe sometimes we're just tired of doing it that way. Like I said, in my opinion, they're all basically the same. It's just different ways of getting there to the same point. And maybe you just need a little bit of a change, a little bit of a positive mindset, and change activity, and just do a little bit of different things. I know it is. It's like, yeah, I'm thinking all those things, but that's just my advice. So that is it for today's video. Thank you for all your questions, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And welcome to all my newbies. Thank you to Miss Nikki Gets Fit for her shout out. I so appreciate that. And if you are new here, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know in the comment section below what do you thought of this video, whoever you are, oldie, newbie. I love to hear from anybody. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment below what your answers might be to some of these, what your opinion is. I love to hear it. It's not all about me, though. It is my channel, so maybe it is a little bit all about me. But, you don't have to agree with everything I say. This is just my opinion, my channel, I should be called my channel, my opinion. But, we just open dialogue and open up discussion. So, and if not yet hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with Day. We're getting to summer mode. Are your thighs ready to be out? We need to work on my thighs. So let's do it together. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. I upload here a lot. We have 5 to 6 uploads a week. We have what I eat in a days. We have Weight Watchers meeting topic. We have this kind of topic. We do tomorrow's vlog day, a day in the life, and they hang out with me. We cook, we chat, we go out sometimes. I may be going out today, I'm not sure. And then we have preps on Sunday and what I'm cooking. I'm not sure. I was thinking more about that. No, I can't. I was thinking more about that monkey bread. I'm not sure it's going to work because I don't think I'm going to be able to roll it because it's very sticky. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I will dish with you tomorrow. See you tomorrow's vlog. Bye-bye, lovelies.